Hi there, welcome back to me, Fauza. So long time no see you. So for today's video, I want to answer some questions from my followers on my at Gallery Farce Instagram. So today I want to share my experience about. So the first question is, asal mula suka menulis apakah menulis? I can like painting. So actually, I don't have any academic background about art, painting, or something like that. But as I know, when I was still in elementary school, I used to join some competitions like art. Particularly, it's a calligraphy competition. So then I still remember that time I used to get ranked at least to the second winner or the third winner. That's my experience in elementary school. And then when I entered junior high school, I didn't have any experience in joining kinds of competitions because I studied in the state junior high school. That's what I remember. So I just forgot about that. I didn't practice at all. And then when I graduated in junior high school, I continued my study in madrasah. It's like an Islamic school. So there, in my school, we had a classmate competition. In every semester, before we enter the next semester, we had a competition which compete among all the classes. And I was always to be the representative from my class to join calligraphy competitions. And I still remember that in every calligraphy competition I always got the first rank. But I remember the second, I think in 2014 I got the second winner. But my art was only about calligraphy again because that's my specialty, I think. Because I think I have that talent, but I don't know is it a talent or not, but I think calligraphy is something that everybody can learn about. That is a skill that everyone can do that. It's just maybe I like that and then I keep doing that. So that's my experience in senior high school, but I never learned about how to paint with acrylics or watercolors. I didn't know about that at all. So my art ability just stopped in calligraphy, ornament. It's like making batik, something like that. And yeah, so that's it. So how I started painting is when I was before that, in 2018, I established my Instagram, especially for my artworks, whether it's about my handcraft, my calligraphy, and my other abstract paintings, I think. So then in 2018, I taught junior high school in one of the schools in Medan. Actually, that's when I was in PPL, one of the requirements when you want to graduate from your education major. So in that moment, I had one student who asked me to make a calligraphy, like a lettering of their names, and then I think that's the thing that triggered me to continue doing painting, calligraphy, lettering, something like that. So I decided to establish my Instagram, that's at Gallery Farce. If you haven't followed, please follow my Instagram at Gallery Farce. That's a collection of my work. And when I graduated from my bachelor, my undergraduate study, I started thinking of, I think I have to learn more, especially because I've made an account for my art. I think I have to keep going and I have to keep practicing my skills. Basically, I just do that when I have free time, like in long holiday. That's one of the ways to, refresh my brain from a lot of hectic activities during the semester, teaching, working, and studying. painting is one of the ways of healing, I think. I'm still learning too, because I'm not a real artist. So that's the first question. Okay, let's go on to the second question is
Tips untuk beginner.
okay, the tips for beginners. I don't have any specific tips actually, because if you really want to learn about this skill, you just need to start. Just do that, whatever you want. But the first thing is that you have to have the tools, right? So if you don't have the tools, how you start it? So just start, buy the tools, the paints, the brushes, or maybe if you don't want to paint yet, like using brush. Teaches me that there's nothing wrong with art. So you just need to start express your ideas, your feelings. Just let the brush or just let the pens, the pencils, like just do. Every painting, every drawing is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that, and nobody can do like you do, because that's really authentic. That's really original from your hands. So nobody can duplicate it. Even if your creation, your painting or your drawing can be duplicated or somebody copies that, it won't be the same. If you're still not sure with your ability, you can search on. You have a specific idea. I want to paint this, or I want to draw this. Then you can search on YouTube or Google how to do that. Then you just need to follow the instructions. That's why I do too when I started painting with watercolors. In that time, I didn't have any friends to learn from. So I have only internet connection, then I search on YouTube and I learn from that. And I directly practice what I learned from watching YouTube. When you started for the first time, it's gonna help for you, because I know that feeling, I felt that too. Even the first time I tried acrylic paints like this is acrylic. It is very different from watercolors. The techniques how to use it is very different. In the second, I think in the third trials, I failed. Then I stopped doing that, and I think like, okay, I cannot make it. And in the few weeks later, I tried again, and I feel like, okay, it's not easy at the first time, but you need to keep going. So don't give up easily, okay? Okay, for the beginners, it depends on you actually, but if you really want to paint, it's really a painting, okay? I suggest you to use watercolors first, not acrylic, because acrylic it's another level of painting and it's hard to combine that. Three kinds actually of watercolors. The first is, I forget the name, but I'm gonna put it here. That's my first watercolors paintings. Why I bought that? Because I thought that was the cheapest among all those kinds of watercolors. And the next level, when I started, like, I enjoyed doing that, I bought this one. This is from Rips. It's also watercolors. I bought it in Gramedia. I suggest you to buy paints on Gramedia because that's more complete. If you have any shops, you can buy that maybe online from Shopee. And I have another paints that I just bought this, and it is more expensive among all those watercolors because this is from, I just bought, this is from Koi Watercolors Pocket Filled Sketchbooks. And there are three kinds of this. I have these 24 colors, and if you want to buy a smaller one, that's only 12 colors. And if you want to have more colors, you can buy the, I think, 36 colors. And the price is quite expensive. It's about 400,000. And I bought it online from this one, Art Media online. So I'm gonna put the link here on the description box, and also you can search that on Shopee. So that's I think the paints that you can use if you're still beginners. And for the brushes, actually I don't have any specific, you know, brands about the brush, but I suggest you to have many different size of brushes, because for example this one, if you want to make like let me show you this. The background, maybe it's impossible, and that will take time if you use this kind of brushes. But if you want to make a line, you have to use like a number 01 or number 4. This one, this is number 4. So that's why in every brushes you can find like the number. For example, this is number 10, so it becomes like this. And there are also kinds of brushes which is like this. It is more, I don't know how to say this, PP, I don't know. And there is also the number of this. So actually, basically every brush has its own functions. So that's it. And this one, I'm gonna show you because I haven't used this. I really like this one. You can search the tutorials how to use these koi watercolors from Sakura. So that's the pens that you can use if you're still beginner. I don't suggest you to use acrylics. Acrylics is like this. Okay, it's like an oil, but it's different from oil paints. This one. Okay, that's the 2 questions. The next question is,
Kalau lagi stuck idea biasanya ngapain?
is stuck idea. So it's very normal actually when you are painting, or actually it's not only about painting. When you're doing something, you are writing, you are journaling, or you are making your thesis, and in the middle of your working you're stuck, like, I don't have any idea. Just stop doing that. What I do when I'm stuck, when I'm painting, it means that I'm tired. So usually when I'm painting, I just forget about everything. Like, I didn't know it's been 2 or 1 hour passing just like that. Then I got stuck and I will be like, okay, stop doing that. I leave that. I go to sleep, I go to eat, I look at the sky, I watch YouTube maybe. Usually I watch YouTube, it can be at, or I just look at my paintings and I will be like, I think there's something wrong with this. Then I will search another inspiration from YouTube or internet. That's what I do. But if you are really tired, actually you cannot force your brain to think. Even if you look at that, then you will be like, no, you will be just stuck. So stop doing that. Do another thing that can inspire you or that can relax your brain. Go out from this zone. Maybe because your brain has been tired. I think so. That's it. The next question is, okay, sketchbook with Lira. This is my first, sketching books when I start practicing watercolors painting. So of course you can paint anywhere. So this is my Lira book. This is my page. Of course you can do that, but because this paper is not really thick. I mean, it's just like a regular, the basic, just like usual paper. You cannot use this sketchbook for doing, I think, acrylics. That's not really proper. But for watercolors, especially for beginners, just for making gradients, I think that's fine because I did it too. It's all from watercolors. And another media that you can use, the best paper is just like this. This is watercolor from Potentate, are these watercolor papers, and this is 300 grams. 300 grams is different from, meanwhile this Lira, it has no thickness, something like this, just kertas biasa gitu ya, kertas paper. I think for watercolors it's okay. For the watercolors pens, it's okay if you want to use acrylics because this is a thick paper. Before I end this video, I want to show you the tools that I use. Okay, for the acrylics, I have more than 24 colors, but It is from, yeah, it's the acrylic that I use. It's from Stedler, like this. Stedler. I bought it in Grammy also. Now, another kinds of acrylics that I use, I have Faber-Castell too. This kind of paints that I use for painting on canvas. Okay. So I suggest you, if you want to paint on canvas, it's better to use this one, this acrylics, because it's gonna stay longer and the texture will be like it's oily and it will stay longer. As I said, if you drop water, it won't lost. It will be just like that. It's very different from watercolors because the basic ingredients from watercolors is water. So once you like you spray or you drop water, the color will be like so you need to apply that again. So it's easy to, I don't know how to say that in English. Okay, you know what I mean, right? Okay, another this is also from Revis. I don't know how to say Revis Fine Artist. This is titanium white blanco de titano. So why white? White is the natural color. If you are painting landscape or whatever, you're gonna use white very often. So that's why I bought this bigger one. So you can use, basically just you can use many kinds of acrylic paints. But I think it's one of the best. Faber-Castell is also good. For watercolors, the best one is this one, of course. And this is the most expensive one. And the brush, you can also get the brush here. The use is like this. So this is for the water. So you shouldn't like add the water again, If you use like technical brush like this, I don't know, is it a technical brush? Just brush like this. If you are using watercolors, you need to like give water again and yeah, something like that. But if you use this one, you just need to put the water here. Okay, let me show you. This one, for example, this is the water. You can put it here. I'm gonna show you how to use this. And then this one. So you can just push this push and the water will be. So you can just apply that here, for example, like this. This one, you want to get it more, you just need to put it like this. Okay, and this is for something like that. If you want to put another kind of color, you just need to just take another color and you can blend it here, and then you can apply directly to your paper like this. So like that, you just can control how thick the colors you want to be, how contrast it can be. If you want to get a softer color, you can add more water. If you want to have a more contrast color, you shouldn't push it, so you're gonna get a thicker color, contrast one. That's it. That's for the paint. How about the brush? As I said, you can see the number. And for this one, this is number 2. And if you want to use the smaller one, you can use number 1. And I think this is number 1. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something, and I apologize for my mistakes. See you again on my next video. And don't forget to practice at home, because it is a skill that you need to practice every day. Not really every day actually, just keep going, never give up. Because everyone can paint, everyone can learn anything, especially painting, drawing, and whatever you want to do. Okay, bye!